opening day of the Premier League season is always a notable occasion, but one particular Saturday afternoon in August 2003 had a very special significance for Wolverhampton Wanderers, back in the top flight for the first time since 1984. So the trip to Blackburn Rovers, who'd finished 6th the previous season, was a journey of celebration for the thousands of Wolves fans. Graham Souness was able to give two summer signings their Premier League debuts. Lorenzo Amoruso had arrived from Glasgow Rangers and Brett Emerton from Feyenoord. Stefan Iversen was another debutant, but he was wearing the famous gold shirt of Wolves. Alongside Iversen, there was a good deal of Premier League experience. Dennis Irwin was at right back, Paul Ince in midfield and Dean Sturridge up front. After so many years in the wilderness, the Wolves faithful were basking in the spotlight, and they were hoping that the good times were here to stay. Your match commentator is John Champion.
Jeff Winter, the referee from Stockton-on-Tees, gets his final Premier League season underway. Opening day of any campaign, always brimful of expectation and hope. Never more so than in the case of Wolverhampton Wanderers, playing their first top division game in 19 years. Terry Connor on the right there, the assistant to Dave Jones. They've done wonderfully well to become the management duo who finally brought elite football back to the fans of Wolverhampton. Here's Colin Cameron, intercepted by Vratislav Gresko. And here's one of the debutants, Brett Emerton. £2.2 million from Feyenoord. Emerton does well. Aiming for Dwight York at the near post. It's an awkward game to begin with, this for Wolves, because Blackburn at home are an awkward proposition. Away from home, often a different matter. Emerton. Lucas Neal. Emerton. That Janssen was blocked. Gary Flitcroft wasn't. Blackburn are unbeaten in their last 11 Premier League matches on this ground. Last defeat was 1-0 at the hands of Everton way back last November. Ince. Irwin. All the way through to Brad Friedel. It's a very warm afternoon, temperatures up in the 70s. Shirt sleeve order amongst the crowd. Blackburn have been encouraged by some good performances in pre-season. A very good game against the Italians of Chievo here last weekend as their final warm-up fixture. Here's Emerton, still rising. And it was clutched by the goalkeeper Matt Murray. Be interesting to see how Murray fares in the Premier League this season. Very highly rated. That was a push by Craddock. Jody Craddock alongside Paul Butler. Looking after Janssen and company. Craddock and Butler, a Premier League centre-back pairing in previous seasons with Sunderland. Emerton. There's York. Gresko. Oh, good save by Murray. Header was a useful one from Matt Janssen. Got the elevation. Goalkeeper had the spring to touch it away. Emerton's corner, met by Lorenzo Amoruso. The Italian, signed from Glasgow Rangers by Graham Souness, has taken just 17 minutes to make his mark. Wolves will be looking at their marking, or rather the lack of it. But he's a desperately difficult man to stop when he's in full flight, Lorenzo Amoruso. Has the build of a prize fighter. And that's a knockout blow that he's just landed. Neil. Blackburn have the UEFA Cup to look forward to as the season unfolds. Product of their very strong end to last season when they lost just 2 of their final 12 fixtures and rose from 12th place to 6th. Neil. York. Janssen! They're combining well, those two. Janssen still feeling his way back to full form and fitness after that awful motorcycle crash in Rome. Silas caught in possession. Take him a while to adjust to the pace and power of the English game. Lee Naylor. Silas signed for £1 million from Leria. Souness is adopting a cautious outlook this season. As ever, the first target is 40 points. Here's Everson. And Cameron! Wolves beginning to slot things together. Promoted by the playoffs last season, they beat Sheffield United in a pretty one-sided final in Cardiff. David Thompson. Spiky customer, Thompson. Signed from Coventry, from a Liverpool man. Everson penalised. Wolves are struggling to make much of an impact on this game so far. Very different standard to that in the league below the Premier League. They were used to brushing opposition aside, especially at Molineux. Here, though, is David Thompson, striking one and scoring a belting goal. He got a stunner against Kievo here last week, and if anything, that's even better. He's a player whose form in the past has taken him to the brink of the England squad. And moments like this just reinforce the quality that lurks within. Dipping volley beyond Murray. Goalkeeper comprehensively beaten. Nowhere near it. Blackburn, 2 goals to the good inside half an hour. Perfect start to a new season. Naylor. Here's Dean Sturridge. Taylor got a foot to it. Dean Sturridge, who's had his good days in the Premier League, notably at Derby. Martin Taylor, 6'4" in height. Little wonder they call him Tiny. Wolves free kick. Silas has placed the ball. Naylor is also standing adjacent to it. It is Naylor. Once more, Lee Naylor. Ince. Colin Cameron. Sean Newton. Paul Ince. Stefan Everson. Ince wanted the ball back. Having made the pass, he continued his run and was in a very good position. Just watch Paul Ince in the background here. Everson, I think, was entitled to have a go. Wolves were relegated from the old First Division back in 1984. Suffered 3 consecutive demotions. We're in the bottom division as recently as 1988. Spent 14 years in the second tier of English football, seeking a return to the elite. Club that slumped to the very brink of oblivion, only to be rescued by the loving care and indeed the financial input of Sir Jack Hayward. Here's Colin Cameron. Riedel covering the near post. A wake-up call to Blackburn, who controlled this game for lengthy periods. Janssen for York. Swept behind by Butler. Time almost upon us. Amoruso has scored once from a corner already. Janssen. Now Newton for Wolves. The Wolves will go in 2 goals down at half-time. Scorers Lorenzo Amoruso with a thumping header from Brett Emerton's corner after only 17 minutes. And then a goal fit to grace any game at any stage of any season from David Thompson, just short of the half-hour mark. Wolves have tried their best, but so far they're coming up short as a Premier League force. It's early for them yet, but at half-time here at Ewood Park, they trail by 2 goals to 0. Wolves have received their words of advice from Dave Jones, the manager, and Jeff Winter blows his whistle for the commencement of this second half. Those first half goals from Amoruso and Thompson, giving Blackburn a comfortable advantage, but not yet a match-winning one. There's Paul Butler for Wolves, who have such a distinguished history. 3 league titles in the 50s under Stan Cullis. Runners-up 5 times. FA Cup winners on 4 occasions. League Cup twice. Runners-up in the UEFA Cup back in 1972. It's quite a history, quite a legacy that others have left for the likes of Dave Jones to build on. And here's a chance for Everson to do some building, but his touch was desperately heavy. The man who led the line for Tottenham for a good few seasons. Back by Emerton. Jeff Winter has given the free kick, one of his easier decisions of the afternoon. Gresco. Sturridge. Jody Craddock. Back to Matt Murray. Now Lee Naylor. Finding Cameron. It's careless from Cameron. He's presented it to Janssen. And there was much to admire in the approach work, little to admire in the shot. Janssen trying to unlock the talent that we all know he possesses. Guy. York left it for Emerton! What a way to introduce yourself to English football. The Australian who's arrived by way of Dutch football with Feyenoord in Rotterdam, with a goal that he'll struggle to better all season long. Murray's dive. Come here with a burgeoning reputation. Newcastle were very keen to sign him, but he's chosen Blackburn, and aren't they glad? Tackle was by Martin Taylor. Neil. Two-guy, the Turk. Thompson, he's tried one, he'll try again. Comes to York. Although it was blocked by Murray. Full of noise. Those from the Black Country. First of 38 fixtures. Whatever happens today can be rectified. Naylor. Newton. And Everson. Second attempt scores Wolverhampton Wanderers' first Premier League goal. Something to cheer at long last. 20 minutes remaining in the game. Header against the post. Shot into the back of a gaping net. Blackburn's lead is pegged back to 3-1 now. Off comes Matt Janssen, who's played well. His first Premier League start in 15 months. He got the nod today because he's looked sharp in pre-season. Sharper than the man who's now replacing him, Andy Cole, who's also been struggling slightly with an Achilles problem. Second highest goal scorer in the history of the Premier League, behind Alan Shearer. Emerton again! And Murray makes the recovery too. He's not afraid to strike from distance, Brett Emerton. He showed that with his goal. Buoyed by the confidence of having scored from range, more than willing to have another try. finds Lucas Neal. Craddock. Back to Murray. Ince. Amoruso. Cole. To Guy. Andy Cole found the gap. It's a fourth for Blackburn. Andy Cole has made a living out of converting half chances. Really seem room to that side of the goalkeeper. Maybe there shouldn't have been room, but whichever way you look at it, Cole found it. And he's made his point, having been left out of the starting lineup. Cole. York. Oh, what a chance for Corrado Grabby. And he could do with a goal. He has not had the desired impact at Blackburn so far. Expensive Italian import. Couldn't hope for a better opportunity than that. Fresco. Came off Cameron. York. Andy Cole. Dwight York. Thwarted by Murray. Intricate from Blackburn. No side could really hope for a better start than this. So Blackburn will be happy enough, but it's a worrying taste of the Premier League for Wolverhampton Wanderers. And it could get worse still, because here's Andy Cole, and he's just completed an app hand. Blackburn 5-1 to the good now. It's a little harsh on Wolves. 2 late goals from the substitute Andy Cole. Tough lesson about life at football's top table. Consummate finish, mind you. Not far short of his 32nd birthday, still scoring for fun. Wolverhampton's last top division game back in 1984 ended in a 4-0 defeat at Stoke. It's a 4-goal margin at the moment here as well. They just hope it doesn't get any worse. Emerton. Grabby. Well, it could have been a hat-trick for Andy Cole. And it would have been one of the fastest on record in Premier League history. Couldn't keep the shot down. Blackburn have played some lovely stuff this afternoon. They've obviously summered well. As for Wolves, well, the critics predict that a season of turmoil lies ahead. We shall see about that, but it's not the most auspicious of openings. A couple of late goals from Andy Cole, adding garnish to a scoreline that was already comfortable in favour of Blackburn. We saw a belting goal on his debut from the Australian international Brett Emerson. Lorenzo Amoruso also scored on his debut with a thumping header from a corner. David Thompson probably scored the goal of the game midway through the first half. But in the final analysis, Blackburn have run out very comfortable winners indeed, looking to build on last season's 6th place finish. Wolves are back in the big time, but they've been thumped here 5-1.
Well, what a match to start the season with for Blackburn Rovers and for Wolverhampton Wanderers. Was a 5-1 defeat enough to make Wolves wish they were back in the lower leagues? They would have better days in the following months, but they couldn't eventually avoid relegation. Rovers' early season form quickly fizzled out as well, and they languished in the lower half for long periods, finally finishing 15th.